Hello and welcome back to my home renovation. I'm Christian, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the waterproofing. Yes, in the last video I was talking about the retention wall, but the plan changed. I'm going to talk about the waterproofing. As you can see, I'm start to shoveling down all the dirt. The plan originally was to actually rent an excavator, but I'm a little bit short on money and I have plenty of time ahead of me. So I decided to start shoveling down this trench about 36 feet long, and it took me about 2.5 days to dig down with the trench. The idea is to remove the membrane is already in place, as last time when I put it on, what I done is I kind of follow the guideline you see a little bit everywhere. I put a whipping towel on the bottom of the membrane and put a little bit some gravel and fill up with dirt. The problem is to evacuate the water. I was using the sour line of the house, which is actually located under the membrane. So what I done at that point, I made just hole in the membrane, and because the membrane was collecting all the water was draining through the hole in the membrane and not so much through the whipping towel, ending up by the water going through under the house and also leaking inside crawl space. This water running down, I can feel it was also running, taking the dirt away from under the house, and I could feel also through the years the house shifting a little bit. So the new plan is now to put a new membrane, because that one is damaged mostly through the shoveling. So I'm going to shut down, put a new membrane, and this time what I'm going to do is the membrane is going to have an angle toward the bottom, pushing the water away from the foundation. So for this is going to help a little bit. The other thing is I'm not going to put the dirt all the way up, as I have to do my driveway, so I want about 16 inches of gravel, and so about kind of screw up here on this thing, but I have a little bit less than 60 inches. But what I done is I compact the dirt as best as I could, and I put a whipping towel on top, hoping the dirt will actually catch the water and force the water to go through the whipping towel. Above the whipping towel, I'm going to put some 3/4 inch gravel. This gravel should be able to collect pretty easy all the water and keep it until the whipping towel just drain it away. I'm also I have some leftover from when I redone the roof, some waterproofing membrane. I'm using that on every crack, every places I think water could go through or even going through. So that is what I'm doing, and on top of that I'm also putting some tar. So to not make the same mistake I done a couple years ago by making hole on the whipping towel, what I done is actually made a kind of P-trap, a giant P-trap with a 4.5 inch pipe, and from this P-trap I'm going to connect 3 different water collection. The first one is going to be from the roof. All the water going down from the roof is going to be collected directly and sent to the P-trap. It's not going to go through any whipping towel, any French drain like before. So the French drain has allowed a leak, and so that is the first one. And the second one, I'm going to put the French drain, and the last one I'm going to put a water collection on the ground on a driveway. It's going to have only one for now, but it's going to have more for later. First time I put some tar on a foundation, I was using a roller, a 10 millimeters roller. So it wasn't actually leaving enough tar on the wall. This time I bought the biggest roller I can find, putting a good coat of tar on the foundation to help protect the foundation against moisture. So after that, I was just reworking on the slope, dirt slope. I wanted to have an angle, as you can see, so I'm making an angle before putting the membrane on. So Delta sell a kit with nails to nail down the membrane. I knew it was possible to put nails on concrete, even on stone, but I didn't know it was possible to do it with a hammer. And I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but actually even with my carpenter hammer, I was able to get pretty easy the nails down the concrete. So I was glad not to have to rent or buy a nail gun just for that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing the angle, putting some dirt on an angle. Is very muddy, so it's hard, but at the same time it's also very easy to compact the dirt. If the dirt would be dry, it would be very hard to actually remove all the bubble of air, but it was also hard because muddy. It was just keep getting stuck on my plate temper and very heavy to move around. So here I put a membrane and I'm finishing with a little strip on the top, still part of the Delta kit. This strip is really helping to give a nice finish at the end, also preventing any water or dirt or anything to go behind the membrane. And that is something I didn't do in the previous membrane, and I'm glad I have it this time. Now membrane is all attached properly all over the place. I'm just starting to fill up with dirt. Here you can see I have a pipe, a black pipe just beside the power line underground. I wasn't able to put a new power line for the main reason is the hydro were asking me $4,300 just to pass through the wire through the pipe and connect it to the grid. It was ridiculously too expensive. I don't have money for that, so but I don't want to have to break the driveway later on to put a new power line, so I decided to put temporary a pipe to the standard. I also get from Hydro the standard how they want us to put a pipe in, so I followed the standard, put a pipe and stand by and keep filling up around. And I'm still compacting the dirt best as I can by hand. Luckily, as a little bit dirt is this mud is mud, so it's a little bit easier to compact it and to remove all every air bubbles. And but I tried to rent a jumping jack. I could not use it. The ground was way too soft, and the jumping jack was just sinking into the ground. So here I'm putting whip the French drain or whipping towels, whenever you prefer. I'm not completely covering it with dirt. I want the dirt to be compact around it, but I want at least 1/3 to be exposed when I put the gravel on top of it. I put another whipping towel on the other hand, and here I'm putting the geotextile membrane, and I'm going to cover everything we do is going to be covered with geotextile. Here I'm putting the drain on the ground, connected to my P drain directly, and that one is just one for now, but is going to have probably another 2 or 3, if not more, for collecting the water going down the driveway. Here I ordered about 6 tons of 3/4 inch gravel, and I'm finishing filling up my trench with this 3/4 inch gravel. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. For the next video, I'm not quite sure yet what I'm going to talk about. Winter is coming. I won't be able to do much about the driveway, so I may have some other videos I may post. I'm not quite sure about the driveway yet, but I also have another project I'm working on, is my basement. So I may just switch a little bit for this winter on my basement and come back to the driveway more later next spring. So don't forget to subscribe if you didn't do that already, and put a like on the video. It will be much appreciated. Thank you and have a good day.